Hello everyone and welcome. In this tutorial, we present the Advanced Work Effort Workflow, part of the Production Extensions bundle in Etendo. A work effort is the amount of work required on a task, measured in time, resources, or cost. It is the document where we record the real-world execution of a work requirement. The work effort tracks actual costs of production, employee time and machine usage and inventory updates, just to mention some. During the work effort process, it is possible to execute two key features included in this module that make the process more flexible and user-friendly. One is reactivate, which is your edit button. Use this when the production actually happened, but you need to fix a detail, like adding a missing employee or correcting the runtime on the original record. The other is voiding, which is your cancel button. Use this when a work effort was created in error or needs to be completely nullified. It creates a reversing document to fix your inventory and marks the original as void. Let's see the work effort workflow more in detail. We are located in the work effort window of Etendo, where production records are listed. We'd assume that the entire environment is already correctly configured with our products and processes. Here we can see the work efforts already created and processed. Each work effort shows the day and time of production, its status, processed or not processed, manufactured product, raw materials, and quantities. This window is the starting point to manage production corrections. Now we will see two real scenarios in a printed t-shirt factory. First, how to reactivate a work effort when the production happened, but the quantity was recorded incorrectly. And second, how to void a work effort when it should never have been recorded because the production didn't happen. Let's imagine that the worker filed a work effort indicating that 10 printed t-shirts had been completed, but in reality only 8 t-shirts were produced. First, we locate the work effort in question and click the reactivate button. Upon reactivation, the status of the work order returns to unprocessed, draft, and the inventory movements it generated are automatically reversed. The inventory returns to the state it was in before this work order. We can see that the shirts produced were 10 and now the transaction is deleted. With the work effort now in an editable state, we correct the produced quantity, though this process is manual, from 10 to 8 units, which is what was actually manufactured. Next, we process the work report again, validate it. Etendo will reapply the inventory movements, this time with the correct information. This means add 8 units of the finished product, printed t-shirts, to the stock, and it will use 8 units of raw material, blank t-shirts. The final result is a valid and corrected production record. Now let's look at the opposite case. Suppose that due to an administrative error, someone created and processed a work effort indicating that 8 printed t-shirts were produced, but in reality, nothing was actually produced. The machine never started. No t-shirt was printed. In this scenario, the record is completely wrong from the start. There is no real production to support, so it is not necessary to reactivate. There are no real data to correct, but rather to void the work effort. We identify the incorrect work effort in the window. We click on the void action. Etendo will ask for confirmation and a record of the reason for the voiding. Then it will proceed to create a new reverse document that completely undoes the transactions of the original document. What does the system do when voiding? It automatically creates reverse inventory movements. It subtracts from the stock the 8 finished product units that were incorrectly added and returns to stock the 8 raw material units that were deducted. In other words, it undoes the impact that work effort had on the inventory. Additionally, the original document is marked as voided to maintain a historical record of the corrected error. By following this golden rule, we ensure that the inventory and production records in Etendo always reflect the reality of the plant. To access this feature, you need the Production Extensions bundle and must be using Etendo 25 or later versions. We hope this video is helpful. For more information, you can check the documentation in the description. See you in the next video.